Hey guys, this is Kevin from JazTime.com, and today we'll be reviewing the Rolex Cosmograph Daytona, reference number 116503. We'll be going over the price, the dial, bezel, case, crown, chrono pushers, bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. Okay, so for the pricing of this Daytona, you can get this at a Rolex retailer for $16,900. Or you can get it at JazTime for as low as $13,800. Moving on, for the dial, I have the Champagne Index dial here. It comes in different configurations for the for the index markers. It can come either in the white, black, and like again, it's just champagne in my hand. If you're feeling a little more luxurious, you can get the diamond hour marker version, which is around $2,000 more or so. But it only comes in the champagne. An additional $5,000 on the retail pricing for a diamond hour marker with white or dark mother of pearl color. So not too many choices, but still a good few to keep in mind. For the dial, we have the index hour markers that are luminescent, as you can tell by these little white markers. The hands, hour and minute hands, are luminescent as well. One thing I want to mention about the hands, that in the new updates to the Daytona, one that I've recently seen, is that for the hands, down the very center of the hands, there's a little black stripe straight into the middle of each hand. So I put my finger over it, kind of highlights it a little bit more. You can see that black stripe. That's going to be on the newer Daytonas, such as the reference numbers, the 116500, the ceramic Daytonas, and also the 116523. They all have this newer updated hands that have the luminescence at the tips with the black stripe straight down the middle of the hand, and is fashioned in 18 karat yellow gold. And that little black stripe helps with actually easier viewing of the dial. Besides that, we have the 12-hour sub-dial at the 9 o'clock position, 60 seconds at the bottom 6 o'clock position, and a 30-minute sub-dial at the 3 o'clock position. Okay, so moving on to the bezel now. The bezel is a beautiful 18 karat yellow gold bezel that is high polished, and it has a tachymeter graduated on the bezel. One other update that I want to mention is that, as you notice, each number is indicated by a little triangle marker. Each triangle marker is actually a new thing for the Daytona. It actually used to be a little dot that indicated the numbers. So they've changed it to a triangle now for obviously more easier viewing of the bezel as well. Okay, so moving on, the case size. The case size of this watch is a 40mm case. That's from my index finger to my thumb. The profile, not very high, as you can see. Has a nice high polish along the side. On the other side as well. The case still keeps that same high polish. Travels down the bracelet very nicely, very beautifully. For the crown is a screw down trip lock triple waterproofness system. It unscrews counterclockwise and has very simple functions. In its first position, when you unwind the crown, will be the hand winding position, in which you can wind the watch. And then the tug will put it in its final position, in which you can adjust, set the hands bidirectionally. One thing I want to mention is that pulling the crown to the final position will stop the second sub-dial, as that lets you set the time precisely to an atomic clock online or to your iPhone or such. Always make sure to screw the crown nice and tight back against the case, and that keeps this watch water resistance for 100 meters or 330 feet. Alright, for the chrono pushers, very simple functions. The top one here at the 2 o'clock position. As you can see, there is a central seconds hand that's controlled by the chrono pusher here. A simple press. And you can see it starts to move, and this is for tracking. This is pretty much like a stopwatch feature. That's all this is really. As you can see, the seconds hands will move. Pressing it again will stop it. The bottom one here at the 4 o'clock position will reset that chrono pusher back to the beginning. Additionally, that chrono push reset here at the 4 o'clock position will reset the 2 stub dials at the 9 and the 3. Of course, same thing again, always make sure these are nice and tight against the case to keep your watch water resistant. Alright, so let's go ahead and move into the bracelet now. Bracelet, fairly simple bracelet. It's an oyster bracelet two-toned, as we have the 18 karat high polish yellow gold down the center with brush steel on the outer edges of the bracelet. And that travels all the way through the clasp as well to keep that unique pattern. For the clasp, we have a oyster safety lock. As you can see here, pops out like that. So this is the lock portion of it that sits on top of the safety oyster, which is this. And that unveils the clasp blade, which has the Rolex name embossed onto the high polish there. One thing I want to mention is that the bracelet behind the clasp is adjustable for 5mm increments, so you can adjust it forward or backwards. Unfortunately, this is the older style, so you will have to use a tool to actually shift the pin over forward or shift it backwards. So a little bit of a hassle there, as the Submariners and newer style Rolexes have the comfort extension link, which allows you to just simply adjust it by snapping the link. So that's something to keep in mind, but it's still good to have that small extension, mainly because if your wrist swells up and it gets too hot, you want to be able to adjust it so it doesn't choke out your wrist, or rather give your wrist a little more breathing room, and vice versa for when it's cold. Alright, so let me go ahead and move on to the movement now. So for the movement, is housed in this very simple oyster case back. It is Rolex Excalibur 4130 movement, which is a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement that has the functions of the center, hour, minutes, seconds hands with each sub dial and the stopping of the seconds hand for precise time setting. Okay. The oscillator is a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring, and it winds via bidirectional self-winding via perpetual rotor. The power reserve of this watch is 72 hours. So you can put this down on a Friday evening and pick it back up on a Sunday evening or Monday morning, and it should still be keeping time fine. All right, so let me actually go ahead and just show you this watch on my wrist. Oh, there it is. So if you're interested in purchasing this model or any other model for the lowest possible price, check out our website at JazTime.com. We offer the lowest prices guaranteed. We offer free shipping and a 1-year warranty. And if you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.